Okay, hello and welcome to our webinar today. My name is Boris Polyakov, and I represent Adena Limited. We are the company behind a brand called AREC, solutions for recording, streaming, and auto tracking. Today on this webinar, I am joined by our partner in Kazakhstan, Varius Technologies. Varius Technologies is a distributor of both AREC and Bosch, and so they are here to assist us today with a demonstration of Bosch CCS-1000D as well as AREC DS-4CU and the integration between them. So we are joined by Timur Umerkaev, the technical director, as well as Anton Simbal, tech support. Now, for those of you who join us for the first time, let me just quickly introduce to you what is the concept of AREC. Well, AREC is a media capture system, like I just said, for recording, for streaming, and for tracking. This media capture system is an ecosystem, in fact, because we have a complete portfolio of solutions that allow you to do these operations in education, in corporate, in governmental, in healthcare, in events, and in other vertical markets. Our solution is based around a product called the Media Station, which is a simple device to which you connect all kinds of different AV sources, such as computers, audio DSPs, network streams, network cameras, and other devices. You combine them together into a video, for example, like the one that you see right now, with camera to the side, content taking the center stage, with your own corporate brands and your own backgrounds. So you're able to record this together and individually, as well as stream it to platforms such as YouTube, where we are streaming this right now, or other at the same time. So if you would like to know more about AREC solution in general, specific elements of it, there is plenty of materials available on our website, www.a-dena.com, where you also can request a personal presentation. We will be able to introduce to you the complete solution for your needs, whether you're a university, an integrator, distributor, or any other kind of organization. There is something that you will find interesting from us. Now, on to the subject of today's webinar. We are going to cover the tracking systems, and specifically the speaker tracking station called the DS-4CU. DS-4CU is a kind of solution that is integrated with brands like Audio-Technica, Bosch, Sennheiser, Shure, Televic, and others. Specifically with Bosch, we have integrated different models of that brand. We have integrated DCN, CCU2, the CCS-1000D, as well as the Sentis wireless microphone system. So how does that work? Very simple. DS4CU is this kind of solution, which in order to connect it to the discussion system, all you need to do is just put in the IP address of the discussion system. Then you can define what happens when any of the microphones get activated. Suppose a speaker activates the microphone. The DS4CU can automatically, at this point, adjust how the image will be displayed, where the camera will look, what kind of overlay it will produce, what kind of name, what kind of brand it will put, the backgrounds, all of that changes automatically according to the active microphone. And this can change however you want, including multiple video sources at the same time. So you could display presentation content, the active speaker, and their audience, or maybe 50-50. The possibilities are endless there. And because of that, basically what DS4CU is a device that allows you to mix, control, and switch your different video sources. These video sources, there can be 4 of them at the same time. They can be computers, they can be cameras, other that you connect through HDMI, VGA, or network, as well as allowing the DS4CU to be connected through the same ports, through the same protocols as an output. Meaning that just now I was demonstrating to you our colleagues in Varius Technologies. So they have a DS4CU connected through HDMI, through a converter to a conferencing application. So we see them like this. At the same time, we are also able to see them as a network stream. So I am taking their DS4CU as a network stream and adding it to my media station. So all of that is possible to do with a DS4CU. And what's more is that DS4CU can create a unique scenario for each one of your 256 speakers. What does that mean? Is that for each one of those microphones that you connect to the DS4CU, you can upload a unique overlay and a unique background. And the image will change accordingly. So this is available regardless of the other licenses that you have, let's say, on your discussion system. So with CCS-1000D from Bosch or Decentis Wireless, you do not need to purchase any extra licenses to enable these features. DS4CU already has everything it needs inside itself. It is a self-contained product with no licenses. So all of those features, for as many speakers as you want, it's already part of the product. So DS4CU can work in different ways according to your installation needs. One of the ways it supports is called FIFO, which means first in, first out. Essentially, this means tracking the first microphone that was activated and keep tracking it as long as it is active. So in an example that you can see right now on my slides, the first microphone activates, and we see the preset that was customized for this first microphone. Then if the second microphone turns on, we still see the first speaker. That is because their microphone is still active. Now, if the first speaker turns off their microphone, we will see speaker 2 preset. So tracking in order. Override is the exact opposite of that mode. So override is about tracking the last active microphone. If first speaker activates their microphone, we see their preset. If second microphone activates, that overrides the first preset. And so now we see the second speaker. If the first speaker turns off their microphone and a third comes in, then we see the third preset, the preset for the third speaker. There is one more mode, which is called the multiple speakers mode. So multiple speakers allows you to set up a scenario that happens when two or more microphones are active at the same time. In this case, first speaker activates the preset. We see the preset, activates the microphone. We see the preset for the first microphone. If a microphone number 2 activates, or a microphone number 3, we see this same image that we set up to display in this case. A combination of different cameras, maybe a different overlay, a different background, that is adapted for the active discussion. So we advise, in this case, to set up a preset that would show all of the speakers. So this is applied regardless of the microphone combinations. Now, Varius have this exact kind of setup. And so let us demonstrate on their example how this is working. At the moment, you see the image from them, and it displays panoramic view. So that is because no microphones are active right now. Now, Timur, would you please be so kind to press on your microphone button?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am present.
So the moment Timur activates the microphone, you can see the camera automatically displays him. The image changes in order to show just that camera, to show the overlay with Timur's name and title. And this happens automatically. Timur did not need to go into any complicated settings to do all of that. Just press the microphone button. Now, Timur, can you please turn off your microphone at the moment? And so as you can see, as the speaker unpress the microphone, the view goes back to panoramic view. So the default view when nobody is talking. Now, Timur, can you please press the microphone again? And now, Anton, can you also please press your microphone? So this is what happens now that two speakers are active. You see the view changed to also show Anton. The overlay changed, displaying that this is the multiple speaker preset. Now, Timur, can you please turn off your microphone again? And now, since Anton is the only speaker left in the discussion with an active microphone, we see Anton's preset. So simple as that, this is how DS4CU is working. Anton, can you please turn off your microphone right now? And the view goes back to panoramic view. So thank you for the demonstration. Now let's go back to the slides. Like this, DS4CU can be used in many different kinds of environments. It can be used in training rooms and conference rooms with a layout, for example, like this, where there is an audience and then there is the speaker at the stage. So for that, put a DS4CU inside a rack or a lectern, put it on a stage, put it in a server room. This does not really matter, as the connections all can be done by network. The DS4CU will be connected to a discussion system in such room. For example, the Bosch CCS-1000D. So every speaker has a microphone. All of these are connected to the DS4CU, and then they are used together with cameras. Importantly, the DS4CU can be used with third-party cameras. So you are able to use our cameras, you are able to use third-party, it is all up to you. Now, combine these cameras together with a camera for a presenter. In this case, we recommend a camera like CIT210H with infrared tracking. This is because you're then able to utilize both the DS4CU advantages of preset tracking on the podium, on the lectern. So the presenter presses on the microphone and the DS4CU changes the view accordingly. But then also give the presenter the freedom to walk around the stage, to walk into the audience, and for the camera to still keep tracking that presenter. So because the positioner can work at the same time with the DS4CU connection. Now, further enhance this kind of setup with recording and streaming. Add a media station from us, because then you are able to also utilize one more integration between the DS4CU and our media stations. What can happen is, according to the active microphone, you're able to change the recording and streaming theme. For instance, right now, you see me with my camera and content uh, in this kind of arrangement. But let's say somebody pressed on their microphone to start talking. And so then the view could change to something like this, 50-50. Or then the view could change to, let's say, just the camera. So according to the active microphone, you would be able to change the recording and streaming theme of your media station. This is something very special on the DS4CU. DS4CU can also be used in the governmental applications. For example, for court protocoling or for city council protocoling for recording and streaming of such events. Consider, let's say, a Bosch DeSantis system. So you are able to put these microphones in front of every speaker in front of every clerk, council official, in order to get their audio. Pair this together with the DS4CU in order to enable tracking. Put the cameras to get their video into the DS4CU, and the resulting work of the DS4CU can be recorded and streamed by a media station. Simple as that. What are some of the other ways that you can use DS4CU? For example, conferencing. So earlier in this webinar, we demonstrated the view from our partners in Kazakhstan. Right now, as you can see, we are using Teams for this. The way we are sending this image is thanks to the converter, RADA HDMI to USB bridge. So this converter takes the image from HDMI and makes it USB. The resulting image can go into Teams, into Zoom, into Cisco WebEx, into all the other kinds of into all the other kinds of software where you can connect the USB source. So this can also include broadcasting software, OBS and Vimix. For all of these applications, you do not need to install any drivers or anything like that. Simply plug and play. So the primary advantage, the primary advantage that you get from this then is that with a bridge, with a converted DS4CU inside your conferencing, you are able to display much more than just one camera. You are able to display up to four of them at the same time. And you do not need to navigate the menus in your conferencing software, for example, to change the overlay or the background. This will then not take any time. So fully automatic process to make sure that your speakers are in the view at all times. Then another idea for combination is to pair DS4CU together with a KS-CC1. In case you do not know this product, there is an earlier webinar we recorded about it and streamed, which shows this product in detail. This is a device that allows you to caption and translate all of your active speakers. In this case, it can caption the original language of the speaker. Say, if I were to use this right now, it would create a subtitle with English text. And then it would be able to translate it to two other languages, such as, for instance, Kazakh language or German or any other. So this is using Google API. So the list of the supported languages is according to the speech-to-text API, which is also available on our website. Combining these two products together allows you to caption and translate your important speakers, not just track them. So this is an extra advantage that you get when you combine the systems. You're able to record, stream, and track your speakers. And so this wide range of products with all of the different features that it has, this is the reason why so many organizations, big and small, over the world chose to use AREC. Companies like Pfizer, Mercedes, companies like DHL, L'Oreal, and others, using solutions like that in order to produce their events, in order to do media capture to different sources. Here is an example of such a user, a city council in Belgium, using the Bosch CCS-1000D together with the DS-4CU and a media station to record, stream, and track all of the participants. You can see speaker Michel Delange currently is active on the microphone, no longer, as now is Willy Ure. And so the switching is done. We see the active speaker immediately, and we see their overlay with a name, and so we are able to follow the discussions and be aware of who is the presenter right now. So that is it for the main part of the webinar. Thank you very much for joining us. I see a couple of questions in the chat, and I'm going to address them shortly. But before that, I would like to also extend thank you to our partner, Varius Technologies, for making this possible, for helping us demonstrate the functions of DS4CU and CCS-1000D from Bosch. So thank you, Anton. Thank you, Timur. It was a pleasure to present with you. Now, coming back to this, one more point I would like to raise is that if you would like to request a personal demonstration of any of the products I demonstrated or talked about, you're able to do so at our website, www.a-dena.com. There is a button you can press in order to request a presentation. We can schedule it in your convenient time. Also, make sure to check out our webinar, our previous webinars on our YouTube channel and other platforms. So now let's talk about the questions. I see in the chat, Roberto Fregerio is asking, is there a sort of database for third-party cameras to be used, or they have to be compliant to a particular control protocol like ONVIF, Pelco, etc.? So the only requirement you need to have on the camera for it to be used by DS4CU is that it supports one of the PTZ protocols that DS4CU is working with. So this can be serial connections like Pelco-D, Pelco-P, standard Visca, or these can be network protocols such as Visca over IP or OnVIF Profile S. In this case, then, if your camera is third party, it's absolutely fine. You can still use the presets and move the camera around using the DS4CU. So just make sure that it is compliant with the PTZ protocols supported by the DS4CU. Another question I see, is it possible to stream without a PC directly from the box? So DS4CU on its own does not record or stream. That is why, in order to stream with the DS4CU, you do need an additional product. Whether this is a media station, which is designed for recording and streaming, or whether this is a converter, and then you are able to use with a stream it together with a computer, or even simply a network encoder where you add the DS4CU through the RTSP link, for example, and then stream it that way, you still do need another device in order to do recording and streaming with the DS4CU. And the other question, are you planning to add Bosch DeSantis system? The Bosch DeSantis system is already integrated with the DS4CU. Specifically, it is the wireless version of Bosch. So make sure to check out the integrations that DS4CU has in detail on the website www.a-dano.com in resources, technical partners. We list all the supported models there, all of the supported brands, and you are able to also to talk to us there and just to make sure that the system you plan to use is integrated and get advice on how to set it up and how to complement it further. So thank you very much again for joining us. That will be all. If you have any further questions, please make sure to visit our website and drop them there. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye bye.